I've never had allergies before in my life, and my eldest does, and knows. And I'm like, how am I getting a cold? What's? And he's like, Mom, you've got allergies. You can develop them. I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't know that.
You can.
So yeah, I'm with you. That's why I sound nasally. I mean, I'm nasally anyway, but I sound even more nasally.
I'm going to try to share this to my page.
Go for it.
Let's see if it'll let me.
What?
Let's see. I'm going to have to refresh.
Uh-oh. Well, I've got Tanya. Tanya should be helping me on my page as well.
Oh, sweet.
Let's find out if Tanya can do it for us. She's probably like, no.
Oh, here it is. I found it. I'm going to share
it. Oh, you got it. Right on. So you're much quicker than I could actually type.
There it goes. Done.
Yay!
Hey, Angelina. Lindsay's in the house.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, I have control of the
Yes, yes, I gave you complete control. bit unusual, but there you go. So, hi everyone. Look who I'm with. I'm looking forward to this so much. I mean, you guys all know Meghan well from, the Awesome Book Club, as well as Not an Autism Mom. But, she's usually the one that's interviewing other people, right? Authors, all kinds of different advocates and stuff like that. So this was kind of like fun for me to kind of switch it around a little bit on her. So I'm your interviewer today.
It's so awkward. It's so like weird to.
It's gonna feel weird. But we'll get into it. And I'm easy breezy. So if we end up having a conversation and deviate, so be it. We end up having a conversation and deviate. And 9 out of 10, Gunner, the bald cat, will make his appearance at some point. So yes, if you hear a cat crying in the background, that will be mine, pretty much guaranteed.
I watched one of your lives, I don't know, like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, Bobby, your cat is naked.
Naked and very loud. Very, very loud. You will hear.
I haven't seen one of those cats since that what is it, Disney cartoon, the Disney movie.
Oh, We Are Siamese. Oh,
yeah.
Where's that from? Oh, is that Cinderella?
No.
Oh, what is it from?
It's from a dog movie.
Lady and the Tramp? Oh, it'll come to me.
So. Yeah. I think that's the one.
Possibly. It's been years since I've seen those films, so I'm not sure. Right. I'm going to dive in. Okay. So, first question. Tell us your name. No, I'm kidding. Tell us a bit about your family and what you do.
Okay. Well, so I live in Virginia, and my husband and I are raising 4 kids. They're all boys.
Wow.
And my older 2 are 16, and they're stepbrothers.
Fabulous.
And they are in 10th grade now.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're like, their voices have dropped, and it's like I have all these grown-ass men around me that don't like really clean or do anything.
No. Mine are 20 and 22. So,
it's like grown men in the house that just don't actually do like grown men things. They just,
or if they do, they have to be reminded and sort of slightly coerced into it.
Yeah. And so then I have twins who are 7, and they're autistic. And I use the pseudonyms Jay and Nick for them.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And so that's my family. And my mom and my dad and my brother live like on the other street from me. So that's always nice.
Oh, that's fab.
Yeah.
So you all are very close.
Yes, very close. We're not in the place that we grew up. We live in Virginia Beach now. And when we moved to Virginia Beach, like the next year, my mom moved
Oh my goodness.
to the next street over. She was like, no, we have to go too. So they sold their house that we had been living in for like 20 years.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I know, right?
That's very cool. So you said about your children and everything. What's your relationship to autism?
Well,
I said you explained about your children. What else is what other than them? What would you say your relationship is to autism?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know much about autism at all. 4 years ago, when my first kid was diagnosed, to me, my view of autism was that like little kid in that basement, like in the corner of the basement, like hunched over in the fetal position, like just, that sad commercial. I forget what it was, but that was the view I had of autism. And so it was like, I didn't really know anybody like that.
Yeah.
And so, when my first was diagnosed, the twins were really young still, so they weren't talking. I think they were about 3, and so they weren't talking or anything like that. And it was just really confusing for me. It was like, so like yesterday they didn't have autism, and now like they do today. That was kind of the question that I had. And so like it sounds funny right now, but I didn't even know that there was an adult autistic community.
Wow. Yeah. Well, if you're new to it, how would you know that?
Well, it seems like the doctor might have like mentioned something about like authors or
you think.
You would think so. So yeah, I just kind of started learning, and then I started my blog, which 4 years ago was nothing like it is today.
I was just about to ask you about that. How did you choose the name? Like, what made you go with the name?
Well, I was kind of frustrated. Actually, I was a little pissed off, actually. So I would go home from the doctor's appointment, right? And then I'd start like Googling autism. And for some odd reason, like Facebook knew that I had Googled autism. And so it's like flooding my timeline with like these bracelets and these shirts with the puzzle pieces and the necklaces and the headbands and the shoes and the everything. And it's like, whoa. Hold up now. Like to me, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird because, I have older kids too. Like they didn't come prepackaged, like with no issues, right? Like one of my older kids, he has his own medical issues. Like I think he has had pneumonia like a dozen times, like in the hospital. He's got severe asthma, peanut allergy, where his like,
wow,
the anaphylactic allergy. So, I mean, we went through the ringer with him growing up, and we still have to deal with, managing that today.
Of course.
Wow. So I guess the whole thing was just really weird.
Yeah.
Like putting my kids, like one of my kids, this was like when only one was diagnosed. So it was like, so I'm going to put a picture of that on my shirt and wear it around now. Is it just me? Well, that's weird.
No, because it's obvious that something instinctively you said, I'm not going to take on my child's identity. Like, that's what it is. That's why I'm laughing, because that doesn't occur to so many other people, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that autism mom out there, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm laughing only because it's glorious that occurred to you right away. Like, why would you do that? Why would you suddenly do that?
Well, and I don't want to be like I'm judging other people for doing that.
No,
you know
of course
what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like that. But like, to me, it was just like, I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't go around wearing like asthma mom shirts.
Yes.
I don't do that. Like it just never occurred to me to do that. And then it's like, well, if I don't do this, am I doing something wrong? Like I'm not proud of it. Like I'm not proud of my kid anymore. Like I just didn't, I guess, I don't know. I was confused, Bobby.
Yeah, I can imagine. And if you weren't getting any of the right information and the good information or anything that wasn't the medical model from the people that should have been giving you some information, and you're going through Google and you're in the States, man, that must have been a minefield, an absolute minefield, you know? I mean, what made you go from, no, I can't do that, there's got to be something better? Like what was there? A person? Was there a blog? Was there, you know, something you read that made you go, okay, this is it?
Yeah, there was actually. So yeah, I started the blog, right? And I chose Not an Autism Mom because just out of frustration.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had called my aunt up, right? And I was like, you know, Angie Ann, I'm gonna write a book. I have to write a book. And she's like, hell yeah, I'd love to read that shit. Right. And she was like, well, you need to start a blog. And I was like, well, how do I do that? And like in that minute we started it, she was like, well, what do you want your name to be? And I was like, Not an Autism Mom. And she was like, all right, let's do it. And just like that, it was started. But to be honest, I mean, I was not in the place that I am now back then. Like I still was, like I hadn't learned anything about ableism. If you had asked me back then if I was ableist, I would have said, well, hell no, I'm not ableist. No way.
Of course.
But as I learned more, you know, I was, and I probably still am, you know, I'm still learning about it. And
yeah, no, I mean, it's same. I mean, as you know, I'm in the middle of a diagnostic, my diagnostic journey. I hate that word, but diagnostic process of autism and supposedly inattentive ADHD too, which I didn't even realize. But then there you go. But you know, I'm realizing there's an internal ableism with me that I didn't realize. I mean, I'm 52 years old. I wasn't diagnosed and I didn't realize myself until now. So I've been carrying all that stuff. So exactly as you know, the beginning when I heard the word autism, what I thought then and what I think now are worlds apart, you know? Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
But to answer your question, yes, there was a moment when things turned around for me. And I'll tell you what it was. And this is kind of the reason I even started the book club was I read this book.
Yes.
I read this book. And before I read this, I had written an article. You wouldn't have liked me back then, Bobby. I'll tell you what the article was. Title. It was called Autism is Nothing Like, hold on. Autism is Nothing Like Going to Holland. Welcome to the Jungle. I'll let you pause for a minute. I told you. Be straight up with you now.
Oh, goodness me. Wow. Okay.
I wrote an article. And it was around that time that I met another autistic advocate that wasn't very happy about that article.
I'll bet.
I think I had flown under the radar until then. And that one went kind of viral, right? I mean, because it was a mom post of like frustration, no services, confusion. It was me like saying, I just can't even right now. I'm too confused. I'm too tired. I'm too everything. Right. And so I wrote this article and it went pretty viral. And I think that's when I kind of got on the radar of some autistic adults and they were not happy with me. Right.
Right.
And one of them commented like something about if all you're doing is learning from other parents and you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. And
at this point, I'm thinking like, who are you?
Yeah, of course.
You can type.
Yeah, of course.
This is me back then. Now this is me.
No, I get it. I know.
You can think. You can form an opinion about my article. and then you can express an opinion to me. If you have, I used to say have autism because that's what I knew back then. If you have autism, you have a different kind. And that's how I thought. Because my kids have severe autism.
Yeah.
And that's where I was back then. Like, I didn't know anything about autistic adults. I didn't know that there were even autistic adults to learn from. My kids' doctors never told me that non-speaking doesn't equal non-thinking. I mean, to what he...
It's hard because what you were taught was the medical model. What you were told was the medical model. What you were taught about the deficits. You weren't taught about anything else. And so was I. Please understand, you know, there was a process that I went through too. And, you know, and I did, you know, I was that parent that had the puzzle piece up, and, you know, and I was, you know, and until you know better, you do better. Like Maya Angelou says, as far as I'm concerned, she's God. But, you know, when you know better, you do better. You know, and when you don't know better and you don't know what's out there and all you're getting is that medical model sort of deficit ideology, what are you supposed to do, darling? You know?
Well, I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. Go join some autistic adult groups and don't speak, just listen.
Yeah.
Just absorb. So this was the turning point for me.
Yeah.
This book, if you haven't read it yet, for those who haven't read it, was written by, I mean, it's old now. It's like, I don't know, 2011 or something like that. But was written by a non-speaking autistic kid in Japan. And
you know, there's a second book now too.
Huh?
You know, there's a second book too. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
This book taught me that my kids have a reason for doing what they do.
Yeah.
In some sort of way. Like,
yeah.
I still didn't have the words to explain it, but it taught me that, there is a reason that they're slamming holes in my walls and breaking all of my furniture and, you know, whatever it is. I mean, there is a reason for that. And I need to pay attention to that more and be more patient and understanding that there is a reason for this. And I need to just do things that this kid in this book was saying, because at that point my kids weren't talking, so I couldn't really ask them at the time, and it was chaotic at that time. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
but
no, it is. And when you don't know, it's even more chaotic. That's the problem, because there's so much pressure that parents put upon themselves and moms put upon themselves. It's like, you should know, right? And when you don't know,
it's fall down 7 times,
get up 8.
Get up 8.
And the movie as well. If you ever get a chance to see the movie,
I'm watching it this week. Actually, I haven't seen it yet, but our Autism Society here, like locally, has gotten a cinema to be able to stream it live to people. I don't know.
That's brilliant. That's superb. Excellent. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really good. Yeah, so that spoke to you, obviously. In some way, it spoke to you.
Yeah, and so it was around that time where I kind of had a little bit of a shift, but I was also dealing with my other son was misdiagnosed at the same time. And so that's an issue, obviously, that we come across a lot, right? Where it's anything but the autisms, right?
Yep.
So Jay's twin brother, Nick, at this time was saying a few words now. He's 3, saying a few words. He's a lot more social and he gives eye contact, right? So he was misdiagnosed, and it wasn't like, oh, he might, or he might not. It was like, definitely he does not show any signs of autism.
Yeah.
And he has an IQ of 58.
Right.
So it was a confusing time. And
absolutely,
just FYI, if you're watching, IQ scores are trash.
Yeah, they are.
So, yeah.
Sounds familiar to me with my eldest as well, because it wasn't until my youngest was diagnosed that I said to you before that I started looking at my eldest. But my eldest gives eye contact and is social, so and has never needed support in that respect. Behind the scenes at home, yes, absolutely, he's needed support, but in school and in other places, absolutely hasn't. So and that's where the misdiagnosis comes in, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, honestly, Bobby, even for my kid that was misdiagnosed, we had him reevaluated a while later after I learned a little bit more, and we found a new doctor, and we had him reevaluated, and it wasn't even like borderline. It was like borderline on the level 3. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. It's high support needs. It's not even like a borderline type of issue. It was high support needs. So it was, I don't know. It was a hot mess back then.
Yeah, but it is. And that's the problem. And that's when parents need the most support. And that's when, like I said to you before, these people that in the know that are doing the diagnosis, does it really take that much to sort of say, and here's an adult-led, autistic adult-led resource that you can turn to, because you're going to have questions. And, oh, by the way, there are autistic parents out there as well. Here's them. You know what I mean? It's not hard.
Or, here's this non-speaking author that wrote this incredible book. Exactly. There's like 10 I could name right now.
Yeah.
Like, none of that.
Yeah.
It's,
Exactly.
It's negligent, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
It's negligent.
You mentioned severe autism. And so, I've got to ask you about the National Council on Severe Autism. What are your thoughts there?
They're trash.
Thank you.
They're trash. And they're dangerous and harmful.
Yeah.
And disrespectful to the children who they are supposedly advocating for.
Yeah.
Or disrespectful to the adults who are trying to guide them along. They're trash. Yeah. And part of the reason I feel so strongly about the NCSA is because they duped me. They duped me.
Wow.
They tricked me, and I don't like feeling violated like that.
What the hell happened?
Well, nothing happened. It was just in those early years, right?
Yes.
And that's my kids are diagnosed with the severes, right? And so I go to this page and I'm thinking, yes, I want to advocate for severe autism, right? Just imagine my air quotations up the whole time, right? Just imagine them up.
Yep.
But they tricked me into thinking that they are advocating for kids like my kids. And they don't speak for me as a parent of children with severe. They don't speak for me. And if you have a child if you're watching and you have a child who is diagnosed with level 3 or whatever, now they want to change it to profound autism. Like,
what does that even mean?
Don't go over there. Just don't go over there. I mean, every article. It didn't take me long. It didn't take me long to realize, like, no, that's not where I wanted to be. But
I bet.
I mean, every article is so graphic and so degrading to the children they're writing about.
Yeah.
And I don't care what your mission is. You can do it. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do that. You can do it without that.
Yeah.
You can do it without that. Yeah. You don't have to talk about. You don't have to show pictures of your kid doing specific things that they would never want shown.
No, exactly.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to talk about them in a negative way.
Yeah.
And I think that they, I mean, it's a strategy though, right? For these, organizations, right? So they'll always they'll always get the last word, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pages like, I don't want to name and shame today. I'm trying not to.
You don't have to do what you want to. This is your call.
I'll do it. Okay. Pages like Finding Cooper's Voice.
Yeah.
The Autism Cafe. National Council on Severe Autism.
Yeah.
They will always win the argument, right? Because this is how it goes. It goes, autistic adults are trying to do this, right? Okay, well, they're not as severe as our kids because they can do this, right? They're not like our kids.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't agree with you. What am I doing with my hands?
No, I'm with you. I'm liking it.
I need some puppets. But it'll go back and forth like that. Like, oh, well, they don't have high support needs. Well, my kid has high support needs and I still don't agree with you. Yeah, but your kid isn't. And then they'll name something really graphic, right? Yeah. They'll take it there. They will take it to smearing, and they'll take it to anything that a kid would never want you to say about them, right? They'll take it there. And then I'll stop talking, right? Because I don't have to prove to them what my kids have going on.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put that out there on the internet, what my kids have going on, because that's private.
Yeah, I know. But meanwhile, they still don't see it. They don't see what they're doing.
Yes, harmful. Yes, the hell they do, Bobby. Yes, the hell they do.
You think?
Yes, I do think. And I'm sure of it. Because it's a formula that works for them. Right?
You're right. No, you're right. I can see that. Yeah. No, you're right.
It gains sympathy.
Yeah, automatic.
You know, like nobody's gonna like start talking back to the crying person, right? Like,
of course not. Of course not. You're just gonna get piled on even more if you even said anything back to something like that. You're 100% right. No, you're 100% right. I didn't even think of it like that.
They know better.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. Wow.
New pages, new moms coming in. I work with them, right? Like, and I will try and guide them to some different resources or whatever. But those pages, they know better.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do better. Yeah. They don't want to.
I'm totally agreeing with you, actually. See, I told you he would show up eventually. You going to say hi, or are you just going to get in my way? See, now he's going to be crawling over my... Seriously, Kat, if you crawl on the speakers, you're in trouble, okay? All right.
Oh my gosh, all of these comments. We're a shark puppet. I know, right? I should get shark puppet.
I told you. It worked for me. I was with you. I was there. So, I mean, go for it and look at the comments if you want for a little bit. But like, I do want to go deeper, and I do want to talk about, you know, your thoughts on person first language versus identity first. Like, I won't go. I got another real big one I want to go into with you. But let's you know, what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel as a mom? She takes a drink.
It's Friday. I mentioned my aunt before, and she and I always argued about this point because she was a great advocate, but the one thing that she would never bend on was the person first language thing, right? Because she was one of the people in the 70s or 80s that helped get it from like talking about disabled people as if they were inhuman, right?
Yeah.
And to put the human part in it, right? So she was one of those people that helped that. And so I would always call her a dinosaur when she wouldn't come around to it. But at first, in the early years, I used person first language. Because I didn't really understand what being autistic really meant. And And then we went through that whole thing with the misdiagnosis. So it was like, so I'm going to call him autistic, but he's not autistic, but does the same thing. Like the confusion really set me back in my learning. But it was when I started witnessing the splinter skills that my kids had and the different learning styles they had.
Yeah.
When I realized, they're autistic.
Yeah.
They don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't have a thing that is separate from them. They are autistic.
Yeah.
They are autistically made.
Yeah.
They are, everything about them is autistic. And I feel like that kind of what do you call it? When you're like, oh, the light bulb that turned on. It reframed everything for me. Instead of me talking about like the autisms, right? Like, oh, the autisms and the cost of autism and, like, oh, autism won today and da-da-da. No, your kid won today.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it was. I mean, it wasn't the autism separate from your kid. No, your kid won today.
Yeah.
Just like your other kids won today.
Yeah.
You'll never win again, Megan.
I mean, the best meme out there is the one that says it's like, I'm not an accessory, with the knife and the suitcase and everything. It's one of the best ones because it's not like your neurodiversity or your autism is something you can go, okay, today I'll put it down over here, and go through my day.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So it is an aha moment when that finally hits you, isn't it? It's sort of like, wow, okay, right, I get it.
And it just reframed everything for me. Like everything that I was focusing on became different. It was like I switched from trying to, not that I was trying to make them anything else. I was never in that camp of like, oh, they need to be just like other people. Because I don't feel like, I don't know. I'll let that slide. But I don't feel like they need to be like anybody else. But it was still like I was trying to catch them up and have them be ready for kindergarten or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so once I reframed from them having autism to them being autistic, it switched everything I was doing.
Yeah.
It switched it from therapizing them and like, we're going to have to go to this speech therapy. We got to get this appointment. We have this OT appointment. We have this. We got to get this done.
Yeah.
To like, I need to get this support in order for them.
Yes.
I need to get this other thing ready for them. I need to send their teacher this book so that they can support them better. It was just like a whole epiphany. It was. And I want everybody to know that. And it's not that it's just the language, right? It is the language we're using, but it's the subtext behind, like under the language that makes the language so important. Like, it's just words, right? But it's way more than just words to me.
Of course it is, because it's a paradigm shift. It's literally a shift over from seeing your child in one way to suddenly seeing the whole child, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it does. And it stops you from saying, it stopped me. I'm trying to make this just about me, right? I'm not trying to like tell anybody else that they're wrong. It's just what I learned was it made me stop talking about the jungle.
Yeah.
Right? Autism is a jungle.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you went from autism was a jungle when you didn't understand autism to, okay, now I get a little bit more. Now I've seen this shift and I'm seeing my child as autistic versus with autism. So it kind of like all kind of came together for you in that respect. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily happen like that for so many other parents. They hold on to that confirmation bias of what they've been told. And that's the problem.
Well, there are so many of these huge forces out there that are working to keep them there. I feel like there are these huge like organizations who, no matter what, will not stop the tragic narrative and the I mean, so I don't even, obviously I don't blame other parents. I mean, I just feel sorry for other parents that haven't found what I found.
Yeah.
I do. I feel empathetic towards them, that they haven't found these fierce advocates that are working so hard and to educate us, because there are those big forces trying to keep them from learning.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you today, and I wanted to sort of switch things around on you, because, yeah, you're not talking for anybody else. You're talking completely and purely for yourself. But what you have to say is so important for so many other parents to hear that may not be where you are, who may be where you were, and seeing how it doesn't mean if you shift the way you parent and shift the way you think, doesn't make you a bad parent. It actually makes you a better one. That's kind of like, that's why it was really important for me to have people, because you don't identify as neurodivergent, your children are. And it was important for me to show what a real ally looks like, in my opinion. Yeah, my very humble opinion. You are really what a true ally looks like, and what a true ally should actually be.
Well, actually, Bobby, I do identify as neurodivergent.
Do you?
I started a year ago.
Fabulous.
I didn't know that included ADHD. I've been ADHD my entire adult life. I did, and probably before that, but I didn't. I didn't call myself neurodivergent because I didn't know it included ADHD.
There's got to be a reason why we connected. Seriously, like. We connect. We find each other. So, okay, we've got to go deep. We've got to go into the big one. Okay, so because you're in the States, specifically because you're in the States, I've got to ask you about ABA. I have to ask what your thoughts are on ABA, because we over here in the UK know that it's pervasive over there. It's everywhere. It is accepted by insurance companies. It's the one thing that sometimes after diagnosis, that's the first thing that the information that parents are given. So I'm quite curious as to, knowing where you've been and where you've come to, what your kind of take is on all of that.
Should we take a drink first? Should we take a drink?
Yeah, let's take a really big one.
Cheers.
Cheers, babes. Has to be said, I'm on the whiskey, though.
I know. I'm jealous. I am a little jealous. So actually, I just published an article in Neuroplastic yesterday, I think. Yeah. And it was the first time that I've really, not that I haven't taken a side on ABA, but publicly, I don't like the ABA argument. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of how it's going down right now. Like, as a new parent, the only information that I received from my doctor was, this is a script for ABA. You'll need to get started right away.
Wow. There's
no time to waste, right? Wow. Or else something. I don't know what, but it was like he was saying, or else.
Yeah.
Right? And as a parent who knew nothing about autism and was confused as can be, and whose child I just didn't understand what was happening. I knew they were struggling, and I was struggling, and so it was like, I just want to get that into everybody's mind, that it's not that parents go into ABA thinking, oh, I'm gonna try and fix my kid because I don't know. Like it's so much deep. It goes so much deeper than that. It's that it is the only thing that doctors are giving here in the States. And in some cases, I have learned from parents that in some cases, if they say, no, I don't want to do ABA, the courts have stepped in.
Oh my God.
They have intervened to say, yes, you do. You are going to have this. So I don't like the way the argument is going online right now. And that's why I stayed out of it for so long.
Right. So I'm going to interrupt for half a second. So given that a new information, because I didn't know that, like I'm over here, maybe American, but I am living in the UK. So I didn't know that. So given that, of course, you're not going to like the argument, because you've got people like us, the autistic people, going, what are you doing? You're abusing your children.
You're a child abuser.
And that's what we believe, because we see what the effects of it are on autistic people that have gone through it, when maybe, and I'm thinking out loud here, maybe the conversation should be, instead of, oh, what are you doing? You're abusing your child. It should be, here's some information that we think you should possibly have, because we don't think that ABA is necessarily the best option for your children. And how can we help you find this other way of going? Like, that probably should be, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but that, you just made me think. Sorry, I'm shutting up now.
Well, I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because I feel like you and I can talk about it in this way. But like, yeah, as an ally, right? Yeah. I have chosen not to enter the conversation because I don't want to step on autistic adults' toes, right? Sure. Like, y'all are doing your thing. I'm 100% for you.
Yeah, no,
I support that, right?
Yeah.
But I won't engage in that conversation, because calling parents abusers because of something that they may not know,
yeah,
it's not how I do things, right? It's just not how I do things. So I did break my silence about it. And it's not that I've been silent about it. I try to by example, and that's why I bring it up all the time. And I let autistic adults talk about it in the book club, and I let professionals talk about it in the book club. And when I have guests on my big page, I let them talk about it. And so, like, it's almost more of a creeping in type of thing that I've been doing, right? Just kind of oozing in information from different people. But when I'm asked specifically, I am against it. And it is negligent. It should be malpractice for doctors to prescribe a treatment for anything and not warn you of the side effects or the repercussions or possible, like, if a man is taking that blue pill to make his right.
Yes.
There's like this laundry list of things that could go wrong, right? And they're going to say it on the freaking commercial, like, if you have an erection for 4 hours, blah, 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 and this could happen, your blood pressure might drop and you could die, right?
Okay, I have to interject here. Guys from the UK, you don't know this. And in the States, they have commercials for literally prescriptions for medicines, for Viagra, for any medicine you could possibly get from your doctor. There'll be a commercial about it, and they have to list all the side effects. So by the end of the commercial, you've got this running page of things that could possibly go wrong, just to sort of inform those guys that haven't ever seen it. Because when I went back to the States, I was shocked at the commercials. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm going to take this pill for depression, but it could kill me. Thanks. Like,
right. But I forgot that UK people don't have that whole,
no, we don't have that
for-profit thing going on. Yeah. So there's like any prescription, there's no informed consent going on with ABA. There's no patient consent, obviously, because they're kids and they don't get any say in the matter. And there's no informed consent on the parents' end. never once ever did anybody say, oh, well, you know, your kid could possibly come out with PTSD,
PTSD, you were right.
Thank you. On the other end, nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that there has been cases of abuse in ABA centers of excellence.
Yeah.
Nobody says that. So
yeah.
I feel like it's I just feel like it should be some sort of malpractice thing or something. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. But I love the fact that you just totally made me think about the way the divide is happening.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
No, I mean, I really love that you made me think about that, because I'd never really, and like I was that parent, like I could have gone down that road too, you know, and then suddenly finding out that I'm autistic much later on, you know, but you're right. It's not helpful to new parents if they don't understand autism. They don't understand that autistic parents are out there and autistic adults are out there if they're being followed on. You're 100% right. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That was brilliant.
And I think that every different approach has its own benefits, right?
Yeah, of course.
There's like the, you know, go hard people that are like, you know, it's abuse, you know, Then there are people that will, like, you know, there are more moderate people who will talk about the different issues. And I feel like every different stance on it has a benefit, right? I mean, I do feel like that. I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, but for me, I couldn't go into that argument and say, hey, you know, I understand what you're going through, right? Because I was the same way. Like, I didn't want to hold my kid back.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, because that's what it feels like. Because it's like the standard or else what? Like, they're never going to progress. Like, this is the gold standard, only proven treatment.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And so, like, that's where parents are, new parents. That's where new parents are. So now the tide is shifting a little bit with some of our professionals. And those are the professionals I choose to highlight, like Mona De La Hook. Ross Green is one.
Yes.
Barry Prison is becoming way more vocal about it. In his last interview, I was like, go Barry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's becoming more mainstream knowledge that compassion and patience and supports are what's going to help our kids, as opposed to compliance training and everything that we know not to be best practices, right?
Yeah. It's the further traumatization of living in a world that is not thinking as you do, is not seeing the world as you do, is different as you do. That, you know, being the minority, or, you know, the edges of what is considered norm, and it can be tough. It can be tough in that respect, but. Okay, we've got to lighten it up a little bit. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, this is Debbie Downer. Okay.
No, I know. I'm just thinking, like, I could get really intense with you right now, and that's where my head is. But I'm thinking, no, it's Friday.
But yeah, so if you haven't checked out my article, y'all should check it out. It's on Neuroplastic.
Do definitely. I read it. It's absolutely superb, and it definitely needs to be read by every single person watching this. Like, seriously, go now.
And I had so many thoughts on it once I did decide to come out of, you know, silence about it, that I have to do a series. So that was part 1 of the series.
Really? Oh, fabulous!
So I'm writing part 2 now.
Woo! We've got so much to look forward to.
Oh, hold on. Diana said something. And you know what? You had mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Okay. So in my second article of the series, I'm going to be talking about that, Diana. And it is more of an educational part, where it's what are the strategies used in ABA. And if you do decide not to go with ABA, don't think that your child is safe from being ABA, because it has infiltrated our schools, and it's called PBIS in schools. And that stands for Positive Behavioral Intervention Strategies, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But basically what it is, it's ABA, but taking away the negative things like, I just need the thing in my corner like this, in my corner of the screen, just always up. It's only using positive behavioral tech strategies, right? So it's, sticker charts, smiling, I don't know, high fives. It doesn't even matter. But what they do is they will use those rewards and loom them over the child's head. So the child might get a sticker at the end of the day, right? And this is just in regular school. This is not special education specific, but if they might get a sticker at the end of the day. So if your kid is misbehaving or whatever it is, instead of looking beyond the behaviors to see what's happening, they might say, okay, well, you're not going to get your sticker today. Now, to them, that is positive because it is a reward that they're withholding, right? It's still a freaking punishment, if you ask me.
Of course it is.
Right? It's the same thing as a punishment. You're going to dangle this reward over their heads, and then if they don't do it, you're going to take it away.
It's full-on compliance training.
It is. And that's where they say, oh, well, it's gentler now. It's okay. Well, they're not beating kids in the school. Well, yes, they are. Sorry. I learned that from Ross Green, that they're still using corporal punishment in 33 states.
Yeah. And they're using electrical devices on autistic kids as well. Yeah.
So that's what the second part of the series is going to be about, is that just saying, okay, well, we're not going to do ABA is not protecting your child enough from ABA tactics, and just educating parents about what the strategies are, where you could, where you might see them, and what to do when you see them being used in places you wouldn't expect them to be used. So.
And then guys in the UK, seriously, no different. We don't have the I in between. We call it positive behavior support, but it's the same thing. Okay. It is literally the same thing. It's ABA without any of the aversions, only positive, but it is compliance training. It is the same thing. And, we do the same thing with Star of the Week over here. We do the same thing with attendance over here. Pardon me, attendance certificates. Do the same thing with the damn star charts that are in every single flipping primary classroom, across the UK. This is all compliance training. This is all ABA based, and people need to see that it is actually being used on neurodivergent kids as well as non-neurodivergent kids. But for neurodivergent kids, it's like it's an automatic. Like we have to do this. Like we must do this, and it makes me crazed. So I'm glad you're speaking about them, because it's something that both guys in the US and us over here will benefit from reading, because the same thing's sort of happening over here. As I said before, we don't necessarily have ABA, even though it's creeping in places, but we have a lot of positive behavior support going on in the UK. So I'm glad you've written about it. Absolutely. But let's get light. So let's go for a fun one. If you could have 5 people living in debt or living or debt come to dinner, and it doesn't have to be 5. If you only get like 3, 4, 2, or whatever, if you could have 5 people come to dinner, who would those people be?
Okay, my mom would be one. That's my mom right there. Hey, Mommy.
Hi,
she
Mom.
said, so they no longer squirt pepper sauce in your eye to stop dangerous behaviors. Yes, really. Yeah. And that they used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
People love the damn sticker charts. I know. Crazy, right? They really do. They make me crazy. I walk into a school and it's the first thing I say if I see it. And especially if an autistic child's in that classroom, I'm like, the child's name better not be on that chart. Because
my one of my kids, the one who wasn't segregated in kindergarten, he had a teacher who was just one of those like unicorn teachers, like just was born to be a kindergarten teacher, and like She like, it didn't matter if the kid was like, she had never had a student like Nick, never.
Right.
And she was just so intrigued, like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to learn some new things. You know, she one of those. You know what I mean? Like, he's teaching me so much. Anyway, so she always gave stickers.
Right.
So he would come home with a sticker on his hand every single day. But he never came home without a sticker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stickers are great. They are great. They're
great.
They're like little sticky pieces of love, right?
Absolutely. They're wonderful things.
But she never would say, oh, well, he didn't get his sticker today.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
Never.
Don't use them. Just give them because the kids like stickers.
Yeah, give the damn sticker.
Oh my goodness. I worked with a one-to-one. So for about 8 years, I was a one-to-one TA with autistic children. And we're going totally off tangent now. And he really loves stickers. So he would, anything this child did, sticker would automatically go on. Like the entire school jumper was filled by the end of the day of stickers, because I thought, and they were like, but did you deserve all of them? Yeah, absolutely, he did.
Right, yeah.
Everyone
all of the stickers. Give them all the damn stickers.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Okay. So my dinner party.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely having my mom there. And my Aunt Jan, she passed actually.
Oh.
She passed 2 years ago, I think. So she would be there.
Right
and honestly, that would be good enough for me. Like, that conversation would be great.
That's fab.
Yeah. Like three is perfect. Just me, my mom, and my Aunt Jan.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I get the best answers because everybody gives me something different, and I've yet to find all 5 people. It's like, yeah, well, I have like 2 or 3, and I'm good with that.
There are people I would want to invite, but I wouldn't want them to like stay the whole time. Like if we could have like guest appearances at our dinner, like Rachel Maddow would be one of them. I'm obsessed with Rachel Maddow.
See, I'm with Hannah Gadsby currently. Totally, like the best comedian, the funniest woman I have ever come across. And if you haven't seen Hannah Gadsby, autistic comedian, she's hysterical.
Yes.
I want to have a drink with her one day. I'm like, that is my goal at some point.
And honestly, like, it made me think, like, that question made me think of, okay, well, I don't know what the guy's name is, but like the new Secretary of Education, he could come to dinner.
Right on.
And get some of this learning. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like just for dinner, just me and my mom and my Aunt Jan. That would be good.
Wicked. That works for me.
Yeah.
So, another really good one. If you could travel in time, where would you go?
Oh, I had follow-up questions to that question.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. In traveling, would I know things that I know now, or would I just have to go?
Oh, yeah. You know everything you know right now.
Okay, well, I don't want to go anywhere.
You want to be right here, right now.
Yeah, because that's, like, to me, I can't do that, Bobby. Like, and know things that I can't do that. Like, that is so stressful to me to know the things that I know now. And then, like, how many people have I not saved the lives of, like, going back in time? Like, I can't do that.
No, you're right. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, so you don't know anything. When you go back, you know nothing of the future. If you go forward, you know nothing of the past.
I think I would go back to I don't know. I don't like somewhere tropical. It's not even a time. It's more of a place. I would go to like the Bahamas or something. Like me and my mom took a trip to the Bahamas for my senior year. I would go back then.
See, there you go. That's cool. That's nice. That worked.
That question was just so stressful. Like, and not save every single person that died that day, or like, no, I just couldn't do it.
Oh, and this is supposed to be my fun question. I have to rethink my fun questions.
says we are gum on the bottom of her. Hold on. She's moved on to time travel to avoid answering us. Oh gosh, hold on. We are gum on the bottom.
We can totally. We've literally done the hour. So at this point, my questions are done and dusted. I mean, I was going to end with the one that you always do, but other than that, happy to go with anybody that wants to ask one.
Oh my God! Look! Not us getting. I mean, I know, right? Like, how can you even pick who you're gonna have to dinner if you can only pick like? That's why I didn't even pick like 5 people, because I didn't want to like exclude anybody. I didn't want to exclude anybody, but so that's why I was just like, my mom and my aunt, that's enough.
Oh my God, my little fun questions creating drama.
I know. You're getting me in trouble, Bobby.
Oh my.
You're getting me in trouble. Hold on.
Okay. Did not mean to get her in trouble. Be nice.
She just call it stressful. Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was hysterical. That was so much fun. Like, I'm done. Like, I have no more questions to ask you except for literally the one that you end with, which is if you were going to, what would you tell another parent of a child that's just been diagnosed? What advice would you give? One piece of advice, anything.
Well, I can't just say one because it's just
you go.
Hey, I have to say that at least 2 things.
Go.
My first thing is to say to just stop. Just stop and go to the park. Like legit. Like don't make any moves, right? Because it all seems so urgent, right? We got to get this started. We got to plan. We got this, flow charts and timelines and milestones and like, just stop. Like, go to the park. If it's safe to go to the park, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Like, go enjoy your kid. Like, go look at your kid like you looked at them yesterday. Right? Like,
yeah,
just decompress and don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Like, nothing is going to happen. Nothing bad is going to happen if you don't do anything. I promise. And just like, let that whole milestone chart out of your head. Just woo-saw it out of your head. And then start reading some books, right? Like, join some autistic-led groups, but don't speak. Just sit there and listen. Just absorb, right? Like, you don't even have to. You just absorb for a while. Just absorb for yourself. Go to the park. Do some more absorbing, like hugs and kisses and smiles, and maybe go to the aquarium. Like, just the things that are good things to do, right?
Yeah.
And just absorb for a while, like a long while, because what I found is that my kids are progressing on their own timetables, right? I'm not going to go in to personal information for you, but we stopped everything for the pandemic. Like, we are doing like maybe like an hour of school each day, maybe. Yeah. We're doing no therapies for the entire year. We haven't done, well, we did, there was like this brief interlude. We did like a couple weeks of therapy before I fired them. Oh,
I love that you fired them.
Well, because they APA'd my kids. They did. It was supposed to be a speech and OT, like something like really safe. And no, that was not what they were doing. So it was just a brief couple of weeks that we were trying it out. But since we've stopped everything, it's given my kids like the, oh it's given my kids, doesn't have any clothes. Usually I let him say hi, but he doesn't have any clothes on. It's giving them the space that they need, right?
Yeah.
To like work on their native strengths and all of the things that they have in there that they've been working on. It's been giving them the space that they can work on those things, right? And develop into like things that they want to do, not what I want them to do. I want them to read, write, arithmetic, but they had things that they wanted to work on, apparently.
Yeah.
And they're doing it, right? And they're developing all of these, I don't want to call them skills. I mean,
they're their own skills, their own chosen skills. It's what they wanted to learn, so they're learning their own chosen skills.
Yeah, and it's been really incredible to watch that. So that's the first thing I would say is like just chill, breathe, go to the park, take it in, and read.
That's the best advice. Honestly, fantastic advice. Thank you so much. I don't know how much time you have. I don't know if your kids are waiting for you or if you want to go ahead and answer some any questions that are up there. I got nothing else for you. I'm happy to keep going if you are.
I'm good. I don't see any questions though. Nobody's asking me anything. Let's see.
Nothing to ask at all. Guys, you have a chance to ask her anything you want. Seriously now. Really?
Oh yeah, you can ask me anything, but not Kimberly. No, I'm joking, Kimberly. I'm always messing with Kimberly. She's like, why can't I ask anything? Yeah, I don't see any questions for me. I mean, and that's fine. I mean, that is completely fine because that makes sense because I do not identify as autistic. So why would you ask me questions?
Well, from a parental point of view, fair enough.
Oh, here. Yes, it is. My mom asked, is Grand Theft Auto really a skill? It is.
Yes.
It is.
Absolutely. My eldest will tell you yes.
They're gamers.
Yeah. Yeah. And my eldest will tell you that gaming actually and his interest in IT got him this position that he's in now. He works for a major international bank as one of their IT experts. The child is earning way more than I ever did at his age. I'm like, got a pension already. You go. And that is literally just allowing their own passions. What they wanted to do, let them come through. So yeah, I never stopped gaming. I never limited them gaming in any way, shape, or form. Game for the heart's desire.
I found early on that screen time was like not actually a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's true for neurotypical kids, but I found that to be true for them. Like that's not a thing. Like they've learned more from YouTube than they have ever learned from anybody, because it's like they can choose the videos, they can watch it how they want to watch it, if they want to skip through, if they want to repeat. It's all on their own thing.
Absolutely. That's how my youngest learned to read, was subtitles on favorite films and YouTube videos. I mean, it was literally how they learned to read because they wanted to. That was the point. They wanted to know. They wanted to know what the word looked like when they were watching a certain movie. Just turn on subtitles and literally within a couple of weeks they were reading. It was like, okay. So yeah, they learn naturally. So back in 10th grade.
Mom is so bad.
Mom is brilliant.
Mom, I was an eloper back then.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Hysterical. She's brilliant.
She's hilarious. Let me see. There was a question about ears somewhere. Oh, somebody said, would you rather have eyes or ears? Hold on.
Eyes for ears or ears for eyes? Oh. Yeah, no, I'm an artist and I'm into my music.
I need the eyes.
Nope. I couldn't do either. I couldn't. I literally couldn't, because eyes, I create. So if I couldn't see something that I'm creating, I would go crazy. And music is my safe space, my safe place. Like I go to music for calm down or to energize or to any. So if I couldn't have both, oh no, that's scary. I'm out. Nope.
What? How many? I didn't even see all. There's so many other
questions.
Oh my gosh. Like I'm not ignoring y'all. There's so many of them and I can't find them all.
Brilliant.
I think that everybody should come to dinner. Everybody is invited to dinner.
No more drama. She's inviting you all.
See how you're getting me in trouble, Bobby. Okay. I don't see any other questions.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we should do this again. Like, definitely. Let me get to the States, come back and deal with stuff that I have to deal with. And I'm going to contact you. And I definitely think we should talk again, if that's all right with you.
That'd be great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Maybe not less so much of sort of interview, so I don't scare you so much, but we can have an agenda. We can like talk about, a specific topic or something like that, and maybe answer some questions as well.
Yeah, I think this was perfect. It was so much fun.
Oh, good. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. And not so bad, right?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yay.
Hopefully, if I don't get backlash afterwards, it won't be that bad.
Oh, no, you won't get backlash. Not from my community. No way, man. We love you. Right. So all I have to say is I'm going to let you guys go, I guess. We'll let you guys go. Have a great one. We'll see you soon. And thank you so much for listening.
Bye, y'all.